Hey folks, Jackdaw here. Dragon Dogma 2 stands out as a single-player open-world RPG with a creative twist. You see, the game seamlessly integrates a multiplayer experience within its solo play. Game director Itsuno aptly dubs Dragon Dogma 2 as a single-player online party action game. And this unique charm lies in your AI-controlled companions known as pawns, very much akin to chess pieces, forming 75% of your party. Pawns not only enhance your overall gameplay experience in the world, but also create this immersive multiplayer feeling, all within the framework of a single-player RPG setup. So join me as we uncover everything about pawns, from creating your main companion to exploring the depths of what these AI companions can offer in DD2. Kicking things off with a backstory on pawns and what exactly or who exactly they are, a pawn is a unique AI companion who originates from a realm called the Rift. Recognizable by a glowing scar on their hand akin to the Arisen's chest mark, pawns are dedicated to serving the true Arisen. Physically diverse, resembling humans, elves or beastren, they remain forever young and immortal. Lacking free will and emotions, they stand as very much unique entities in the game. Now, one intriguing aspect of DD2's storyline is the presence of a false Arisen who has usurped the throne of the human kingdom, thus leading pawns to actually follow him somehow. This presents very much a compelling mystery that begs to be unraveled by our true Arisen main protagonist. Now, as the Arisen, you're gonna craft your main pawn, very much like shaping your main character. Additionally, after creating your main pawn, you can recruit up to 2 more pawns from the very pawn network, forming a party of 4. This pawn network, which is accessed via the Rift, allows players to hire pawns created by others, even including your friends in their adventures, offering quest knowledge and various class/gear from their creators' playstyle. Now in DD2, pawns showcase even more individuality than before. They develop distinct personalities and knowledge by participating in quests with your Arisen, leading to diverse experiences based on different choices and quests, which then actually adds somewhat of a thrill when finding pawns with specific knowledge in the world. Speaking of which, let's talk more about creating your own pawn. So as I've said, every Arisen gets their own main pawn, a particular special companion bonded uniquely with your Arisen, crafted according to your preferences. It's just like molding your own protagonist, where you basically have the reins on everything: your pawn's name, race, appearance, vocation, gender, behaviour, personality, specialisation, and of course gear/equipment. So you can choose from beastren, human and potentially elven races, with 2 body types available for each race, 9 unique base bodies per type, and a selection of over 100 real human head scans. The customization options are vast and diverse, just like they are for your Arisen. There are 4 base personalities to choose from in DD2, each with a unique style of communication. The developers aimed to prevent repetitive phrases and enhance the pawn's dialogue variety to make them feel more human-like. As funny and as cliche as it got in DD1, this is definitely a positive step in the right direction. And according to game director Itsuno, pawns will also interact with each other. The developers wanted to make pawns unique and worthy of taking on an adventure with, and as a result, reward players with something new compared to the first DD. Now, just like the Arisen, each pawn also has their own vocation, probably one of the most important things when considering your party. What role are your pawns going to play in combat, contrast to your Arisen? When creating your main pawn, you have a range of starting standard and advanced vocations to choose from. So far, these include the Archer, Fighter, Mage, Thief, Sorcerer, and Warrior. It is very much important to know though that hybrid vocations are exclusive to the Arisen and not available to pawns, which includes your Magic Archer, Mystic Spearhand, Trickster, and Warfarer. Now, pawns also have inclinations which you can also customize. This dictates their behavior in battle. You can directly select the inclination you want for your pawn, such as kind-hearted, calm, simple, or straightforward, without needing to go through a questionnaire. Each inclination affects how the pawn behaves in combat, with different voice actors and unique actions associated with each. And lastly, in terms of customization, and this is also being a new feature in DD2, pawns now have things called specializations, which grants them unique abilities very much akin to a license or a qualification in the game world. For example, you can have a pawn who can learn the Woodland Wordsmith specialization, which allows them to interact with NPCs who speak Elvish, which is going to be incredibly vital for questing around the Sacred Harbour, as elves don't like speaking in foreign tongue. You've also got the Churigan specialization, which allows your pawn to use healing items on others even if they aren't a mage, which is fantastic and kind of allows you to get away with not having a mage or a sorcerer in your party if you have this specialization. All in all, when thinking about all of these customizable options available, you want to combine each of them together, considering your specializations, inclinations, and your pawn's personality, which ultimately allows you to delegate certain tasks to your specific main pawn, and creating a pawn specifically tailored to your unique preferences in the game world as you discover your own playstyle and learn more throughout the game. The more you customize and the more you refine and hone in on what you want your pawn to do, the better the overall gameplay experience is going to be. So do take the time to consider your party composition, your role in it, as well as your main pawn and your two other pawns. Now, speaking of our party of pawns, in what ways can pawns actually help us? Well, pawns do play a significant role in DD2, contributing to the story and fighting alongside you as loyal companions. Of course, the first major thing pawns can help you with is combat. Pawns do have their own specific vocations and combat skills, and apparently in DD2's new AI system, their combat skills are going to be upgraded based on your decisions. And during the heat of battle, pawns will recognize and target the weakest enemy, providing the perfect advantage for you to deal the final blow. So it is important to actually pay attention to them during combat. Secondly, exploration is huge. Pawns won't just mindlessly follow you. Instead, they're going to actively explore, search for items, and collect ingredients. Some may even know shortcuts of the best paths to your destination, helping you navigate even more efficiently. And lastly, they're going to help in quests. In DD2, there are numerous quests and missions. Pawns are valuable companions in solving mysteries, guiding you through quest objectives, and providing insights into the culture and social aspects of the kingdoms that you are exploring. Their knowledge is going to enhance your overall experience, similar to playing a game with your friends, this time though replaced by AI. Just speaking as a whole on the gameplay experience of your pawns, DD2 has a notable improvement in the guidance provided by both pawns and NPCs. The game director emphasized the goal of making pawns feel like friendly guides, replacing UI elements like markers or arrows. To quote Itsuno, he said, "We wanted it to feel like a friend who's played the game before is sitting there next to you and giving you advice. Like, hey, go this way, or in this case, you should go with this here, or this is what you do." In other words, having a friend there with you who provides guidance in an enjoyable way. We wanted to avoid putting too many markers and such on the screen if possible. We didn't want too much that kills a player's mood, so we put a lot of effort into having pawns and NPCs be your only guides in the world. And lastly, we do have a brand new condition and gameplay element that Dragon's Dogma 2 introduces. This is a condition exclusive to pawns, known as Dragon's Plague. This illness affects the pawns in the game, arising as they travel between different worlds. Rather than weakening infected pawns, Dragon's Plague results in enhanced performance, making them notably bold in both speech and behaviour. However, folklore claims suggest that as the disease progresses to its terminal stage, it may lead to a catastrophic outcome, though the accuracy of those claims remain uncertain. So while initially appearing as somewhat a positive development, the later stages of Dragon's Plague are hinted to bring about a devastating calamity. Certainly going to be intriguing to observe how pawns are going to adjust their behaviour during this peculiar condition, which appears to either be a blessing or a curse. We're just going to have to find out ourselves when we play Dragon's Dogma 2, create our pawns, and say this illness somehow inflicts itself upon them. What does your ideal pawn sound like to you? I'm totally down for like an elven pawn archer with my fief arisen, having that woodland specialization there so I can get all the elven lore and content. Let me know all your thoughts down below. But of course, until the next one, I have been Jackdaw, and you're in the right place for the latest on Dragon's Dogma 2 and Dragon Age Red Wolf when we get more news on that one. But until then, I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.